If you could buy undeveloped forest land in any part of the United States, where would you choose? Today we're going to break down 4 regions in the USA that we think could have the land of our dreams. What region do you think has the best potential? Follow along and see if we come up with the same conclusion. To start with, let's talk about our wish list. What we're looking for is 10 acres or more of northern forest land with mature trees, towering mountains, and wild rivers. Close to outdoor activities like hiking, skiing, and fishing, with adventures in all 4 seasons. And we still want to be close to essential services like grocery stores, hardware, and building materials. So that's the plan. Here are the 4 regions we will be evaluating: New England in the Northeast, the Midwest, the Northwest, and the Mountain West. Let's start with New England and the Northeast. In this region, I'm including the states of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and upstate New York. Today, there is a lot of forest land in the Northeast, but it's a story of ecological recovery. The East was settled by Europeans in the 1600s and 1700s, and the forest land in this region was the first in North America to undergo significant development. Those magnificent eastern white pines with their giant straight and long trunks were harvested for shipbuilding. Then, the American chestnut blight dealt a large blow to the forest. After that, the merino wool boom of the 1800s, that's 200 years ago, essentially eliminated all of the forest land and converted it to pasture. Today, in the absence of development, the forest land has recovered, and there is wild land once again to purchase. The second region we are looking at is the Midwest. Here I'm including those great states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Following the opening of the Erie Canal in 1825, grain from the Midwest could now reach East Coast markets for the first time. The massive population shift west was on, and the forest land was cut down en masse and converted to farmland. The northern forests, although not converted to farmland, suffered from the population boom and the large timbering operations that supported the development. Diseases like the Dutch elm disease and the emerald ash borer affected the remaining forests. However, the northern forest in these states is vast, and there are large parcels still available for purchase. Continuing west, the third region we are looking at is the Northwest. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana are famous for their massive forests and wild, untamed nature. This is my homeland. These areas have giant Douglas fir, cedar, and western white pine. Historically, timber drove settlement in this region, which largely started in the early 1900s, while some mining brought people into remote mountain towns. Tourism, in the late 1900s and early 2000s, has brought a new type of development to this region, along with a hefty price increase for pristine forest land. The final region that we are looking at today is the Mountain West: Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. Early development here was largely driven by mining in the 1800s. With communities establishing a foothold in remote mountain towns, the population started spreading and forest land began to be converted to agricultural land. This region is known for beautiful mountains, outdoor recreation, and tourism development in the mid to late 1900s. Similar to the Northwest, the value in the land is now primarily driven by the tourism development value, while many small towns function as short-term rental markets. Now that we've covered the 4 regions, there is one more very important factor to consider: how much land is actually available to purchase. Starting in the 1800s, when settlers were migrating west, the U.S. government set aside much of the land for the public in BLM, U.S. forests, and national park land. Thank you, Teddy Roosevelt. The Northwest states combined are close to half public land. My home state of Idaho is actually over 61% public. Compare this to the Midwest states that are less than 5% federal land, and the eastern states that are less than 1% federal land. Looking at a map, you may think that the western states, with their massive size and low population density, present the best opportunity for buying forest land. But the high percentage of public land means the majority of that land is not available for private purchase. Good, private forest land in the West is much scarcer than it appears. So let's look at our wish list again. What we're looking for is land with 4 true seasons. We would like recreational opportunity like skiing, fishing, hiking, and paddling. We'd like a nice mixture of public and private land for flexibility. We would like a reasonable price per acre, mature trees with ecological diversity, and we'd like to be close to essential services. So what are the pros and cons of buying land in these regions? First, let's look at the Northeast. The pros are ample private land available at a reasonable price, ecological recovery from past deforestation and overdevelopment, and 4 true seasons. The cons are the close proximity to large urban centers, high taxes, and strict controls on land usage. Now, looking at the Midwest, the pros and cons are similar to the Northeast. On the pros, we've got ample private land available at a reasonable price, we've got ecological diversity, and 4 true seasons. The cons are, again, proximity to large urban centers, we've got no mountains, no alpine skiing, and there's less recreational opportunities in general. Now, looking at the Northwest, the pros are beautiful forest land, big trees with high timber value, and plenty of recreational opportunities. The cons are the high price, the limited private land for sale, and forest fire risk. Now let's look at our final region, the Mountain West. First, the pros. You've got beautiful mountains, recreational opportunities, and marketable tourism development. On the cons, you have high prices, high altitude, shortened spring and fall seasons, and forest fire risk. Buying undeveloped land is a balance, finding privacy, adventure, and ecological diversity while navigating regulations and costs. The purchase of land is a major purchase. We want a property that will meet all of our requirements and will act as an investment that will maintain and grow its value over time. In the next video, we will unveil the region we believe is the best in the country for forest land, and we'll explain exactly why we purchased in the exact area that we chose. The right property is out there. It just takes research and patience. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates on our new property adventure.